just try to pop her that way a little bit.
No. All right, guys, so what we have for you today is a young German Shepherd dealing with severe reactivity. I know it seems like, wow, you're getting a lot of German Shepherds. We do get a lot of German Shepherds, and a lot of them have reactivity issues, but it's not just German Shepherds, it's for you guys at home. If you're dealing with a dog that is reactive on the leash, barking on the leash, out of control, pulling, all that stuff, this video is for you. Step by step, again, another process, another owner, another dog, another situation. I think it's gonna help a lot of you at home. You ready to roll?
Yeah, ready to roll.
Why don't we come out here just for a second? And then we're reactive on the leash. How old is she?
8 months.
8 months, okay. So overall control is what we're working on?
Yeah.
Okay. And cool. And then why don't you just face this way? I just want to see how this reactivity is.
Okay.
Just try to pop her that way a little bit.
Okay. So obviously very reactive. So what I'd like to do is just, I want to see where your obedience is at. Obviously, judging by the reactivity that we're seeing, and because she has the ability to turn it off and be friendly, it's not aggression, it's not mean. She's wearing frustration through vocalization. So she says, hey, there's a dog, let's lose our minds together. So it's excitement, it's frustration because she can't go see the dog, and she's a German Shepherd. So all of those things combined is what you get. It's something that we see every day. So first place I like to start is, what we could do is we could go in and really correct that and get it under control fairly quickly. But I want to start from the ground up because we have some time together. And I want to say thank you guys so much. We raised $100 on our last video for a dog organization in need. And I'll leave the comment, the person actually texted me and told me this down below, which I just felt so overwhelmed with joy and passion, and it was just awesome. So I want to do it again. And all you guys have to do is, if you're watching this and you are not subscribed to my channel, you have to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and when you do, you leave a comment in the comments below. I will check to make sure that person does all three of those things, and I myself will personally donate 25 cents for every single new subscriber we get on this video, and in 48 hours I will send that money off to a nonprofit organization here in the United States, and I will let you guys know the next video who we donated it to. Last time we did $100, and I want to keep doing that, and I want to get bigger and bigger and bigger. It means the world to me to help people, which is why I do this absolutely for free. So we're going to do it again. So help me, donate some money, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and in the comments below write new. Yes, sir. Let's get after it, people. Let's raise some money. But the game plan is for you to be able to not only stop the reactivity when it happens, but it's going to make her a little bit more confident on the leash when she sees other dogs, to not go like, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go. So I just want to see where your obedience is at. I know you said that in the house or without distractions it's fairly okay. I'd like to see where your obedience is out here in the parking lot. Why don't you just work right here, and I want you to show me what you've done for obedience so far. She's very inconsistent on where she's at on the leash. She's also, like, you know, going back and forth both ways. So I want to tighten up that leash and get a little bit more engagement, because as you can tell, she's still paying attention over here. So that's the first thing I want to do with her, is just get her a little bit more under control in that manner. Just hand me the leash. Is this a Herm Sprenger?
Yes, it is.
Prong collar? Okay, cool. We're going to pull that up as high as we can go, because I know if you take one of these out, it's going to be too tight. Good heel. You turn and you try to get her attention. That correction is the only thing that really matters. Okay. I just put out a video actually with the dog Hades that she was just barking at. That prong collar, when it's on, isn't going to do absolutely anything unless you use the prong collar properly. So I just like to see her a little bit more engaged with you when you're walking with her. Hey, babe. Does that make sense?
No, I agree 100%. I think that's part of the problem is that
Yeah.
she's in La La Land kind of.
Yep, she is in, yeah, she is in La La Land. That's why when you go forward, she's kind of like, wait, what are we doing? Where are we going? So now what I've created really quickly over a couple passes is just like, hey, like pay attention to me, pay attention to me. When a dog is out on the prong, right? And that's a good question because a lot of people think like, am I not doing it hard enough? Is the prong not, it's really just about how fast you do it. So when the dog comes out like this, and this restricts and then moves forward, you lose all control. This is a flat collar, doesn't do anything. These prongs aren't sharp, they're not intended for anything but to give your dog more support, and it's safer to correct when you do apply the correction. The goal is to make sure you have leverage like this, and then pop up. So if you're here and you go Charlie heel, you're just gonna pull her. And the problem with that is it's not gonna get her attention. So you saw the first time I turned, she goes, whoa! Because that's probably the first time she's ever received a real correction, right? So she goes, whoa, and that's the goal, is to just get her attention. So really, that was in slow-mo, now it's heel, just like that. But if you don't have this leverage, it's all mechanical. If you don't have this leverage to be able to bring these prongs up and go, hey, where are you going? You won't get it. And that's what happens is people go click, 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 and then we go Fido come, the dog doesn't respond, we pull them back, and they're like, okay, okay, and then they're not fast, they're not responding. So anyway, does that make sense?
100%.
So let's grab another dog, and I want you to actually do this in reality. Okay?
Good times, all right.
Yeah, we're gonna dive right into it.
And as usual, people, we are doing a face mask giveaway, just like we always do. All you guys have to do to enter to win is letter by letter by letter in the comments below, leave your dog's name, and I will be giving away 3 No Bad Dogs face masks in the next 48 hours. So you have 48 hours to enter, so make sure you turn on your notification bell so you don't mix the next giveaway that we do every single video. So let's raise some money in this video. Let's give some stuff away. We've built such a good community. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's do it. Let's get after it. Leave them right now below.
The same thing that we just did with the directional change, and if there's no compliance or there's not compliance, you correct. Okay, so when you come out and you say Charlie heel and she doesn't because she's barking, you can correct her. Now, one thing we haven't really practiced and exercised right here is the leave it command when she's barking, because even if she's staying in place and she's barking, you can't use heel. So that doesn't really counter condition that unless you walked away and told her to heel. But what I would do is just tell her to leave it and give that same pop. And if you use the Hermspringer properly, it's gonna give you an opportunity to really just be clear and go, hey, stop doing that. So I'm gonna have you take her. We're gonna work on the same exact thing. We just entered another dog on the other end of the field. So there, so stop for a second. See how far ahead she is?
Now I don't have the...
Yeah, so now you don't have that leverage. So you have to make sure that when you're walking her, you really want her about right here. Once she gets to where she was here, you're gonna lose all your leverage. So go ahead and go back the other way and we'll walk you through that process again. Good, now turn, tell her to heel.
Heel.
Good, now do it again.
Heel.
Yep, pop her, so good. Now do it again. So you gotta structuralize her a little bit more. So keep her on one side or the other. Because right here, she just went, because she's doing this, which is, you know, in her, she's doing this mentally and physically. So in her mind, she's like, there's a dog, there's a dog, there's a dog. And then also she's doing this physically. You wanna basically take that racing thought and that, and her physicality is matching that race too, where she's starting to move around you. She's starting to bounce back and forth. So let me show you what you can do. Good. And as I get closer and closer to Boone, heel. Good heel. Good heel. So I let her out. I'm gonna do it again, heel. So watch what I do. I'm gonna let her out. Verbally ask her to heel. Charlie heel. Yes, good heel. She's not aggressive. She has no real behavioral problems. I don't see a lot of it's very predictable behavior. So she just needs help over this hurdle. So that's why we're diving right into it as much as we are. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get Jay out, which is another potentially reactive German Shepherd. He's doing a lot better. And I want you to, instead of walking just kind of trot with her and just kind of move, and we're gonna do the same thing. And if that's successful, slow it right down, and then we're gonna go right into walking nice and slow in order to see like, okay, is this the secret to success? Over time, we get a dog out, you walk instead of run. But let's kick it off with something successful. Yeah, exactly. I'm big on that. Let's stay with what works. All right, guys, so now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do this with Jay. If you guys remember Jay from our last video. So we're just gonna keep Charlie nice and fast really quick, and we're gonna slow it down and see if this formula is successful. So go ahead, Dennis, whenever you're ready, yep, you're good. All right, now stop. Put her in a sit because she's getting worked up. Good, now get next to her. Get next to her, good. So keep her right there. So what you wanna do is take this situation, and if it's kind of tough because we're like, we wanna push her fast, but if you feel her start to build at any time, you either stop, put her in a sit, calm her down like we just did, and make sure, again, she's not sitting here, because then that means I do want you to control it. You're right here, just like that. And then the other thing that we can do is give her a verbal leave it. So if you say, Charlie, leave it, and if she doesn't, give her that correction. But you feather it in, be discretionary on you. If you feel like you can get in with just a quick little leave it pop, do it. But if you feel like she's getting overly worked and she's getting too bent up, then stop and reset her. Good. All right, good. So that was a quick pass. Now slow down a little bit. So now what I want to do is revert right to reality. So don't, yep, good. So even then, you see how she was like in front of you? So now get on top of her with the heel, okay? So when you're heeling with her, do exactly what we were doing before, except without the directional changes. So go ahead and heel her. If she gets built up, tell her to leave it. So now we're gonna exercise the slow walk. Go ahead, nice. Reward her for that, good. Pop her back over, don't let her, yep. Good, much calmer, look at her body language. Good. And then one more time, Kyle. Good. Nice job. Good. Good. And then you just make a round turn and then slide right here. Feel like a air traffic control agent right now. Slide right through here. Give yourself a little bit more space. So correct that. Good. Now keep going. Good. So I want you to do this one more time with Jay. All right, guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this a little bit more realistic for these guys. Kyle is gonna be walking Jay, Dennis is gonna be walking Charlie, and we're gonna make it a more longer pass. So if you see somebody on the sidewalk or when you're out for a walk, this is gonna be a little bit more realistic for both dogs. So feathering that in, working on healing, working on positive reinforcement. Good job capturing that behavior of what you want the dog to do, but also correcting the behaviors you don't like. Operant conditioning, very simple parenting hood. Hey, don't spit on the teacher, but hey, good job on your test. You gotta define those lines very clearly so the dog knows exactly what you want and what you don't want. You guys ready? All right, let's do it. And then Dennis, I'll have you just come right over here and go into a sit. And I want to kind of end the session on a really good note for both dogs. Good. Good, good. So much better. Yes, much better. At the end of the day, it's really about making sure that collar is fit properly, making sure, you know, there was a lot of uncertainty on the leash, I think, with both of you, what to do, how to do it, what to say, when to say it. Makes a lot of sense if you don't know exactly. So compartmentalizing each individual step of the way to say this is what we're doing, this is what we're not doing. So she has a clear understanding. So very good on both parts. And again, you can see her, she's looking at Jay. Nobody cares. You know, it's like, whatever. If you're looking, I don't care. As long as you're not reacting, because this is what it's about. If you guys wanted to have a conversation on the streets, you could. A lot of people have reactive dogs and they have to run literally past things and never have this opportunity to say like, hey, how are the Bruins doing this year or something. So anyway, both did good. I'm happy with that. You good? Cool, you can break. Good.
All right, you guys, that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't yet, don't forget, like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'll be putting videos like this out all the time. We have an opportunity in this video to not only donate money for a good cause, but you can win yourself some free No Bed Dog merch. Don't forget, I have my brand new signature series No Bed Dog leashes for sale in my store, as well as our No Bed Dog merch. You guys can find the description and the link below to get yours now. I appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you next time. Peace. Now, if you're not sure about your dog and what they're gonna do, just wanna show you how to meet this situation if your dog is friendly. And I think just in general, I've never done a video with a dog that is friendly with another dog. How do you integrate that in? I always make them work for that, just like they would for food or a ball. Sit, good, stay. So I'm just gonna hold this, stay, and again, I'm here, I'm waiting for her to provide me with enough engagement, knowing that she's paying attention to me, loose leash, I'm not holding her back. She's made the mental decision to listen to me on our terms. So this is an us thing, not a me or a her thing. It's very good. So here we go, guys. I'm just gonna give her the B word. Charlie, break, break. So let's just see what she does. So this is on her terms. Good girl, good job. So one thing I will point out as Taylor's getting these guys meeting is you really don't want to interfere too much. Obviously you're seeing significant play bowing and excitement from one party, that's for sure, but we also know Bear's very friendly with other dogs. So you really don't want to put a lot of leash pressure on the dogs. So now I'm just gonna pop Charlie away. Charlie, come. Good, good. So I'm just gonna end it there with